I am not blowing smoke up your ass. Like, I was in the crowd and I felt like I was witnessing the Eras tour.
Oh,
like, I'm
God,
not kidding.
This happy in my life.
Hello and welcome to the TMZ Swift Tea Podcast Special Edition. We have guest host Olivia Mohico on today. And Olivia, if you don't know, if you're in the Swift community, you have seen her videos go viral online because she does the very famous Blank Space tribute band concert, Blank Space tribute concert. And she's bringing it all over the country.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Let's
Everywhere
go.
I can go.
I'm Melly Miller.
And I'm Scarlett Sanchez.
And welcome to the show. Okay, so I just want to start out by saying I was in Pomona, I think, and my friend, I was ready to go to bed. It was like Friday night. My friend Jennifer Garcia hits me up. She goes, obviously I'm a huge Taylor Swift fan, like the biggest of all time. I'd die for Taylor Swift. And she was like, oh, I'm going to the Blank Space tribute band. And I've obviously like seen your videos online forever and like obsessed with your show. I think it's phenomenal. And one of the girls in our office went, and I was like, oh, I'm so mad. Like, I would have gone. I would have loved to go. So she calls me and she's like, I'm going. And I'm like, I'm on my way. Like, when and where. I like ripped out of bed. And it was truly like, I am not blowing smoke up your ass. Like, I was in the crowd and I felt like I was witnessing the Eras tour.
Oh,
like, I'm not
I
kidding.
love this.
Wow.
And you've actually been to the Eras tour.
I've been to
multiple
5
times.
Eras tours,
Okay.
so I'm speaking from experience. I'm not kidding. It's so good. Like, if you cannot afford Eras tour, if you cannot get tickets to the Eras tour, come see you. Is it the exact show? Obviously not. But like, it's so good. And I literally felt like I was at the show. I'm not even kidding. I was like having the best time. The crowd goes crazy. We're singing the songs. I think at one point you pointed to me and we were
I
like,
couldn't help myself because I saw you. Like, it was very evident. I was like, okay, this girl, you kind of stick out in the crowd. I was like, okay, she is feeling the energy and I feed off of that. Like, I need to like grab that energy because it goes inside of my body and then I can like move my movements. You know what I mean?
oh, I totally get it.
And like, you know, you're closer to my age than a lot of the audience was, you know, because
Yeah,
it brings a lot of kids,
there.
because a lot
There's
of, you
tons
know,
of kids.
moms, they're really happy because they have 4 little girls that, you know, are they really going to remember the Eras tour?
Right,
if
and
they
the
bring
amount of
them all,
money.
and they want to bring everybody. They don't want to deal with parking. So I've literally, you know, they just bring a lot of kids. And so I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, but this is a real Swiftie, like from back in the day.
Oh, back in the day.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I was
from
like,
day
oh
one,
my gosh,
baby.
this girl is here and I'm all for it.
I
Let's do this.
swear to God, I think it was like Wildest Dreams. And we were just like looking at each other, singing to each other. And in that moment, I was like, oh my God, Taylor Swift looked at me.
It was a real life moment.
I remember, and I was going, wow, you were doing it too, and it was.
Uh,
I was feeling it, you know. I
Good.
need that energy, like from the crowd. I like whenever you showed up because you weren't there from the very beginning, but
yeah,
I
we got
felt,
there late.
because
pissed.
it's a long show.
I
mean, that was a
like,
3 hour.
We got to get there. Yeah.
Yeah, we started at like 7, I think,
Mhm.
for that one. So it was a 3-hour show, that one. So you got there towards the end. I was like, okay, yes, because you know, it kind of after it gets a little bit later, the little ones, the moms kind of
Disperse.
take them home. You know,
Yeah.
we have 2 breaks in between. So the third set was a little bit more quiet. I was like, okay, but we're here.
Oh,
We're here, and you were there.
oh, I was
Bringing the energy.
truly living my best life.
That's amazing.
Okay,
now
so
I need to go.
Yeah, we have to go. I've been to the Eras tour 5 times. May as well hit your show a few more.
So tell us how you got started with all of this. What inspired you to get into it?
Well, like back in the day, you know, I was singing a lot, just all the time, but a lot of like top 40 cover band stuff.
Mhm.
I do original stuff too, but just like for the purpose of like making money and like having a job and
Yeah.
playing shows. Like I did a lot of like top 40 stuff. And so I really wanted to do Taylor Swift songs because obviously.
Yeah.
And
Are you a big Swiftie?
I was not quite as big of a Swiftie as I am now,
Sure.
obviously, because when you study an artist, you like really study it. And then I'm like, whoa, like I still get goosebumps. Like to Delicate, that song is like, it gives me freaking goosebumps. I can't even handle, like if I'm PMSing, I cannot even listen to that.
Oh.
I'll just start crying.
Yeah.
I can't help it. So I think that the Swiftiness has grown inside of me over the years. But, before, like, there were a lot of bops and stuff that I was wanting to do in my top 40 cover band. But the leader of the band, he didn't like Taylor Swift. So it was a fight. It was like literally a fight for me to play the Taylor Swift song. Because back in the day, we were doing like, a lot of Black Eyed Peas and like, just, like, more like boom, boom kind of music. But I really wanted to like get the song Blank Space. Like that's why we named the band Blank Space. That's like one of my favorite songs. And that was like the first one that I started singing like live. And I was like, man, it's like not easy to sing.
Yeah.
So anyone who says that Taylor Swift is not a good singer, they're so wrong. Like they couldn't be more wrong because I've been singing for forever. Okay.
And that's a hard song to sing.
That was a really hard song to sing. Like anyway, so that was like the beginning. And so then
how did you go from just singing Blank Space to like you do the whole Eras tour basically?
Right. So basically what happened was that was in Houston. I was doing that for a long time and I would try to, squeeze little Taylor Swift songs into that. I was doing a 3-hour cover set and I really wanted to do more. And, my mom was like, you look like Taylor Swift. And I'm like, I want to be Taylor. Of course I want to be Taylor. I'm so jealous. I can't help. I just want to be. It's like a little girl that gets to play dress up. Whenever I was little, I want to dress up clothes for Christmas. That was my favorite thing.
Yeah.
I want to dress up. I want to be that, right?
You became it.
So that was like, I want to do it. And so then I moved to LA like right before COVID. So then everything kind of shut down. But my husband, he was already doing a lot of tribute acts. So he was kind of connected in the whole tribute scene in LA, which is completely different than in Texas. They just don't have that tribute. Like people don't go and see tributes like they do here in LA, in the LA area. It's more like covers, top 40 stuff.
Interesting.
More variety.
Yeah.
And so he was already kind of connected with that. And I was like, I want to do this. So we were doing a top 40 show with a different band that we have called Hollywood Live Band. And I managed to squeeze I was like adding more. So I had 5. I had 5 Taylor Swift songs.
They're top 40.
And and they are, and at this point later on, like she was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Cause like back then it was like 2012. So she wasn't like so crazy huge at that time.
Yeah.
So it was okay if I slipped like 5 songs into the set. And then this lady, you know who you are if you're watching this. She's the one who started it all because she like was a big Swiftie and she videotaped, I'm aging myself. She filmed it with her phone and she sent it to me on Instagram. And then I was like, oh man, but that was the first video that we had. And we sent it to one of his former agents or current agents. And then we just started booking shows like crazy. So there was obviously like a need for it.
Yes.
And so then it just kind of exploded way faster than I expected.
Wow.
And I'm just like riding the wave.
Wow.
As long as I possibly can.
So my questions are, your costumes are so intricate and they look almost identical to her costumes. Like a lot of them, I feel like even for like the red, you even did like the update of that extra like thing. How much are those? Can I ask how much do you make doing this Taylor Swift tour?
Okay, so my husband's over there laughing because I finally have an excuse to buy sparkly things.
Yeah.
And I like to have sparkly things and I don't care and I need them.
Yeah.
I need them. So I finally have an excuse to buy all these beautiful clothes that I love and that I actually get to wear.
Yeah.
Because I love to have sparkly sequin stuff, but they just sit in my closet, but I actually get to wear them every weekend. So it's okay that I buy them.
Yeah.
So it ranges. I mean, it can range anywhere from like that one that you're talking about. I was able to get that from someone on Etsy. In the beginning, it was all Etsy.
So
people.
it's Swifties because a lot of Swifties made almost identicals to Taylor to go to the Eras tour. So you just bought those from them.
So in the beginning, like before, like when I was first starting it out, which was January, it was hard to find a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
So it was like hours I would spend online, and I really wanted it to be like accurate.
Yeah.
So I was really having to scour the internet, and it could. That was like, I think that one was like $200 or something like that. But I still have to get them tailored and everything,
right,
and all that.
What's your most expensive one? Midnight's.
So I finally found this lady. Her name is Molly Wynn Designs, and she's a cosplay like seamstress.
Uh-huh.
That's her specialty. She does cosplay. So, all the video game characters and anime and blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
But then, of course, everyone wants to be Taylor Swift, like me. And so she, I'm sure her business is like crazy booming now. So that one I found I don't know what country she's from, but through Etsy.
Okay.
And I got the one that was for $19.89. That one was over 1,000. But
it's identical.
It's exactly like
Wow.
it. It's like crazy. And when I got it, I was like amazed. It was and all of her reviews were so good. And when the little girls come to take pictures with me, they can't even look at the camera. Their moms are like, "No, look this way, look this way." But they're like, they're touching it. They're like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "It's jewels. It's jewels." And I just know, like, as a 5-year-old girl, like being so into like dressing up and all that, that would be a memory that would be burned into my brain for the eternity.
Above and beyond.
So, but the Midnight's one, that one I did have to like. That was just like a swimming suit that I glued all the rhinestones on. So,
wow.
and then I got on Amazon like some of those tassel. You just piece it together and just sew it together, and it took forever. And then as time went on, more and more people were like making more things, I guess.
Yeah.
So then I could find like better versions of it.
Yeah.
So, but then even when I get those. Unless it's by Molly Wynn Designs, I'm still adding rhinestones and adding like embellishments and stuff like that.
Can I, because breaking news this morning, Taylor is now the most wealthy musician, $1.6 billion. And a lot of it's obviously been in the most recent years with the Eras tour. She made that raked in $1 billion.
Yeah, that's what made her become a billionaire last year.
Right. So are you seeing that kind of benefit? Like, are you, because if your costumes are $1,000, how much are you making?
So basically, when we first started, the goal was to just take all the money that we made to invest into, because we had to buy a lot of gear.
Yeah.
There's so much that goes into putting on a show like that. Which it's a lot different than just going to a bar, changing in the bathroom, singing for 3 hours in Louisiana in a casino somewhere. You know what I mean? Which, when I was back in Houston, I was able to like live off of music, but I think I did that for like 6 months and I was like, I want to buy stuff. I got to go back to a regular job. But now it's like the first time that I'm able to like really, be able to I could pay my rent.
Yeah.
That's good. I can buy the costumes, but we're just reinvesting those things. And it just depends on what kind of show it is. If it's a private party, it depends on how many people we're bringing. If we're, going to have dancers or if we're going to have, more people involved, if we're going to have, videographers or whatever. So it's a big range, but we have a starting price that we will go out for. And it, and that is similar to what I was doing when I was, in the top 40 cover band. But it's very similar to like what I'd make at a good corporate gig at a top 40 cover band in Texas.
Can you give us a corporate number? For people that maybe want to.
I just show up and sing. My husband's the one in charge of all of that because he's mean and he's a good negotiator.
Tens.
Yes, we're working on that. So right now,
okay, so it ranges from about 3K to 10K is what her husband said.
No, I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing, and I think that like the most impressive thing is like if you can make $20,000 by dressing up as Taylor Swift, like I don't view that as a problem at all. I think that it's unbelievable that she's so successful, and now other people like our podcast, like other people can become successful on this incredible brand that she's built, and you can make a career off of the fact that she's made this insane career.
And I see a lot of other women making careers out of it, like the costume makers, like literally this one girl, can't remember her name. I feel bad because she does a really good job. Anyways, like she'll like sell the patterns to girls to be able to make their own costumes. And she, a lot of like sellers on Etsy and stuff like that are doing merch and things like that. On their own way. So it's a way for them to be creative and like they have an audience for all of their wonderful talent, and I love that, Taylor is lifting people up everywhere she goes.
Yeah.
And that's what's so amazing about it. And that's like one of the reasons why I think that she's changed my life, like in ways that are different than what you'd expect. Because I mean, I met Emmanuel because he thought I was Taylor Swift on Instagram, and he clicked on my picture thinking that I was Taylor Swift, and now we're married. And so just in different,
that's
you
really
know,
sweet.
it's crazy. So
Yeah.
like I wouldn't be where I am today. Like I owe her like my joy, my happiness, my love.
Aw.
Like seriously, like anyways,
I love that.
you know.
What's been one of your challenges with this? Have you faced like any backlash? Like obviously it led to your husband. Has there ever been any backlash towards it though?
Like a lot of people, for instance, hate Noah to Ashley. Like a lot of Swiftie people in the community don't like that Ashley dresses up as Taylor Swift. Has it been more welcoming, or has some Swifties come out and like been upset about it?
I've been like super lucky because all of the feedback that I get is mostly from parents, moms and dads that are like, thank you. Thank you for doing this. Like, thank you for bringing my child joy, you know, and I can bring my whole family and we can all have fun together. And it's like, you know, a clean show and it's a family show. So I've been really lucky about that. I mean, every now and then we get hater comments, which is great. You're not doing something good and something powerful unless people are hating on you.
What's
So,
the hate comments?
you know, a lot of it's funny because I will give it to them because it's funny,
Okay.
right? Like that particular place where you saw me, there's a lot of people that comment on it, and it's funny, you know, like Trailer Swift, Timu Swift. It's funny. I think it's funny, right?
It's funny.
And then there's some people that are like, you know, why this is weird. Why would you want to be Taylor? You will never be her. And it's just
Thanks,
like
dude.
we're all fans. It's okay.
Yeah.
Like it's a tribute. You know what I mean? Like this is my homage to someone who I think is a fantastic songwriter, and again, who's lifting people up everywhere she goes. Like I don't see any negative side to it, and I think that a lot of times, you know, if there are people that are showing backlash or something like that, I can only feel sorry because it's a reflection of, it's a projection of their own sadness, you know. And I hope that, you know, people that see it as a bad thing can someday turn it around and do something in their own life that brings them joy.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But I haven't as far as challenges, really, our car's too small. We need. I accidentally bought an SUV that's too small, and I knew better, but it was fancy and I wanted it.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to sell that so we can get a van and I can fit all of our equipment. And I just need a big,
Yeah.
ugly van
Oh.
with dents in it. That's what I need. Like
More
just
space,
Yes,
more
more
space.
space so we can bring more gear because, you know, I want to be able to carry the acoustic guitars with me. We just literally don't have space in the car right now.
Yeah.
So so that's the biggest challenge we're facing right now is just building and growing the show. Right now we're also casting for dancers, and it's been a challenge finding male dancers because we want to kind of like typecast them with some of the dancers that she has in her show. and
Yeah.
the
Oh, like
tour.
Cam.
All of them. I love them all.
Yeah. Well,
But
like
Job Revnick, that's the one we've been
Oh.
having trouble finding a male dancer.
you
that
have
looks
to
like
get a
him.
cam though, because
I,
every
ca-
time
I know,
Gabby-
and we have a cam.
Oh,
we
you
have a
do,
cam.
you do.
Yes, we have as close to a cam as we're gonna
Okay.
get.
Okay.
So that's the next. It's just bringing the show to the next level. Is we're having challenge, just like a learning curve, because it's gonna get bigger. We're gonna
You want to take this thing all the way,
all as far as it can go, like
and the air
as big
source
as it can go.
ending, so that's going to benefit you.
Yeah.
I hope that, you know, I
Is
don't
that the
think.
goal?
Yeah, I mean, I want to. The goal is to be touring internationally. That's
Okay.
the goal, and I know we can do it.
Yeah.
We just have to. We're creating the product right now,
Mhm.
and so just piece by piece, you know, as the budget increases with the amount of shows that we're doing, you know, we're just reinvesting everything back into. I mean, the costumes, that it adds up.
Oh.
Especially when you have like 6 dancers, 2 background singers.
Oh, and you have
know,
to costume
Yes, we
them.
got to costume everybody. So
Have you lost money or
No, we haven't lost money. No.
good?
But no. It's going well.
Going
And
well.
It's going well.
Good.
As in, I quit or I don't have to go to my normal people job anymore.
I love it.
I love it too.
I
trust
know
me.
you've stayed away from this question a little bit, but can I ask what's the highest you've made so far? We're desperate. We love it.
So to date,
Yeah. 18,000.
Yeah.
That's great.
But that's with the full, but as far as take home, that's going to be much different because we're staffing
Yeah.
Right.
11 people.
Right. It's
Yeah.
running a business.
We're still,
paying-
we will still bring home the same,
Mhm.
but I'm willing to take whatever hits we need to take to bring it to the next level.
Yeah.
Have you heard from Taylor Swift at all, or from her people, or anything like that?
I haven't heard, oh my gosh, I had a dream that I was at a slumber party and Taylor Swift was there.
I had Taylor Swift a dream.
Oh
my
recently,
gosh.
too. She's in our dreams.
I have them all the time.
I can't meet her. I would be too nervous. I would pass out. And if they,
I
I'm
would
scared.
too.
I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I am so scared. Anyways, in my dream, I was taking a breath mint in my dream so that she wouldn't smell my breath at the slumber party. And I was holding it in my hand, and then she stuck out her hand to like shake my hand, and I couldn't like undo my hands like this. And I was like, I'm sorry. I'm so nervous. I can't shake your hand. And it was so weird. And I think that's what it would be like in real life if I ever saw her or anyone reached out to me. No, I haven't directly had any contact with them. We did have one of our events shared on their Facebook page like a long time ago at the very beginning. But other than that,
Have you ever been worried that she would get upset with this?
yes, I'm afraid
Why?
because I don't want to get in trouble. I have problems with authority, I think.
How so?
I'm afraid. I don't want to get in trouble. I want to always do the right thing, and I always want to never take from anyone. I'm not a taker, right?
Yeah.
I'm doing this to give. It's a mutual benefit for me, for our band, and for the audiences, right?
And there's so much positivity coming from it,
Right.
you talked
So
about.
much. And, we do photos after every show with all the little kids. It's just a fun thing. And I would never do anything that would take away from someone else. That's not why I'm doing this.
Yeah.
If she ever reached out and was like, "Stop doing this," do you think you would stop, or do you think you'd
I
wanna
would
have the
I would
conversation?
cry.
Yeah. I'd cry.
I would cry, but it's okay because I have other things in the works. I do original stuff. We're working on original projects. We still have our top 40
Right.
cover band, the Hollywood Live Band. It's just there's a lot of competition in that market. And I would find a way, to keep on going. And I would have a Halloween costume for every year of my life for the rest of my life.
For sure.
So that'd be okay. And, I wouldn't want to do anything I would have to stop. I would just feel sorrow and for really our staff because we employ a lot of people.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Their livelihood kind of depends on us in a way. So it would be rough.
I think that there is no way she'd ever want that to happen.
I hope not, but also I want to respect her and because she did it,
Yeah.
She did that. She wrote the songs.
Mhm.
She is the guiding light, right? And I just want to follow that light. And if that's not what her or her team wants, then so be it, And I truly believe that when one door closes, another one opens, and maybe it'll just push me further into spinning because it's like a full-time job,
Yeah.
doing what we're doing, just with all the technical stuff that goes into it on the back end of it, which y'all know you're in a studio right now, so
Sure.
you get it. But
Amazing.
it would push me in a different direction, and I feel like I'm gonna sound like a hippie. I am a hippie. The universe is working in my favor. So whatever the universe is bringing me is where I need to be. I am where I need to be. So it'll be okay.
I love
And
that.
I've already mentally gone through that in my head.
Oh, you thought about it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, because
Yeah.
I've already been there, because I'm afraid.
Honestly,
I don't ever want to make her mad.
I will follow you guys around the international leg when the Aerosmith is over.
Yes.
I'm not kidding. I'm obsessed with your
Yes.
tour. I'm obsessed. I think it's so incredible. I love that you look like Bleachella.
Yeah.
Is there one thing you wanted to ask?
Just final question: if she did reach out and you want to do duet together, what would the song be?
Oh man. You know what song hits me so hard in a different way? Not like Delicate. Delicate's such a
Mhm.
God. there's so many songs. My heart's pounding just trying to think of it. But the one where you're on your own, kid. You always have.
Oh,
Because I felt like that from a very young
Yeah.
age. I felt like I was on my own and I had to like do it and figure it out. Amber Alert.
Amber Alert. We were having a moment. I hope they're fine. Silver
Yeah, yeah.
speakers.
You just want to
So-
keep that little last part.
Yeah,
and we'll
so-
wrap it.
So I think it would be probably like, you're on your own, kid. You always have been. Like, I want to sing that with her because I felt that from a very young age. And whenever she sings that line, it's like, I don't feel like I'm on my own anymore, but I
Yeah.
know what that feels like. And it's also an empowering statement too, because it's like, even though, you are alone, you make it. You
Yeah.
make it. You rise up and you find the power within and you make it.
Yeah. I
that's
mean,
what
one of the
you're
lines
doing.
is like, "You're on your own, kid. You can do this."
Right.
I love
So I
it. I
love
think
that.
that hits all Swifties in a way that we've never experienced.
We're so happy you came to share all of this with you.
Thank
for
you
being having me.
so much for being here.
Thank you for coming to my show because that energy was really like electric. So I hope
You have a
to
show
see-
coming up? Do we need to go to?
We have a
here
few.
in LA?
Yeah, just on the website. Just
Okay, we'll check it out.
Blankspacetribute.com. That's where we have all of our shows listed.
Me and
Great.
Scarlett are gonna come. We're gonna dress up.
Yeah, woo! I'm gonna give y'all a shout out.
Yes.
I need to get me a little 22 hat.
Yes!
You need
Oh my
to.
God, that's what I was gonna say. I
I
literally
need
got
to
there.
get
Like,
'em.
who's getting the 22 hat?
Yes, I know. I gotta order them on Alibaba because like
Yes.
I need to get like 1,000 of
You
them.
should.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, you have to. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. Bye.